Today, we're joined by Briana Beaty, the founder of Palm Beach Moms, a go-to community resource for families in South Florida. Briana has built an incredible platform that connects parents with local events, activities, and businesses, all while fostering a sense of community and support. Through Palm Beach Moms, she's created more than just a guide. It's a trusted network that helps families discover what's happening, where to go, and how to make the most out of living in the Palm Beach area. Her work reflects both her love for family life and her passion for bringing people together. We'll be diving into her journey of what inspired her to start Palm Beach Moms and how she balances entrepreneurship, community building, and motherhood. So welcome. I am so excited to have my friend here. We have been talking for a while. We met at the Mom 2 Summit. And so we are so excited to have a chance to chat. We've talked a little bit before the podcast, but now we're here. So welcome.
Thanks for having me. It's nice to see you. I'm good. It's a very Monday, Tuesday today. So it's nice to have some time with you.
Exactly. I'm very confused as to what day of the week we're at. I think that we were all like, oh, and it's Monday, so we'll have everything done by when? And we're like, no, it's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. Yes. All right. Well, darling, before we get into all things Palm Beach Moms, I'd love to rewind a little into what shaped you growing up and kind of what led you here. You know, every great idea has a backstory. So can you share what was happening in your life when you decided to create Palm Beach Moms and how that all began?
Absolutely. Well, I have a hospitality and marketing background. So I was in that space and working and having kids and the having kids part obviously is what led me to Palm Beach Moms and creating a supportive support. It's scary and it's your first time being a mom, so you don't know what you're doing, if you're doing it right, if you're doing it wrong, if there's a better way to do it. So that's how I ended up in this seat right here.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And was there like a key moment that you were like, oh, this is when I decided that this is what I needed to create, or did it just kind of come organically?
It was very organic. Palm Beach Mom started as a text chain. I had another internet-based business. And so I was working that at the time. And when I had a baby, still working, I had this text chain. And it started off with me and another friend who had due dates really close to each other. And then we kept adding other people to the text chain who were having babies. And it got to be too much. So we'd be up and nursing at 4 a.m. and answering each other's questions and supporting each other. And I ended up saying, well, let me turn this into a closed Facebook group so that we're not disturbing each other in the middle of the night, whatever, and you can just check it whenever. So we started with that. And I always thought once I have a little more space in my life, once the other business that I have, once I get that more manageable, I will take Palm Beach Moms and it'll be something that can help more people than just the ones that we're helping now. So in the closed Facebook group, we can ask, and it's still existing to this day. There's, I think, 10,000 something women in the group today. And you have to be approved to get in. So we know that it's a safe space. And you can ask questions about nursing and feel like you're in a safe place. You can look for a nanny. You can look for this and that. And I knew that there was more to offer to Palm Beach Moms. I wanted to know where to go for story time. I wanted to know, where can I buy cloth diapers today? I don't want to wait for them for shipping. I need them today. Or is there a pediatrician who has experience with this condition that my child has? Whatever. So I knew that there was room for that space to grow. And as I had personally the bandwidth, while being a parent and an entrepreneur, while I had more bandwidth to do that, even though I kept having babies, is when I built out the other pieces. So we went from the closed Facebook group to a public Facebook group. In addition to, we kept the closed one. Then we added a website to reference events and guides. And then we added Instagram when that came around, and in-person events and other things and partnerships to kind of do the the groundwork and the research for moms. So when you're sleep deprived and tired and you just want to get to the end result, you don't have time to meander all the roads, we can help you get there, was the idea. So it did happen very organically and in a really sincere and not too timely fashion.
I love that. I love that. I think that 4 a.m. text messages are very important in those early days of motherhood. I mean, I remember feeding my children at 3 a.m. and scrolling, and then, seeing who had a green, circle next to their name. So I can say, oh, that person's up to feeding their kid. Okay, I can text them. I had to, because you feel bad. You don't want to reach out to somebody you think might be up, but they may not be up. And,
With moms,
at 3 a.m. waiting.
Ask that question, then it's probably going to disappear from your brain. So
Exactly. You'll appreciate this story. When my son was 3 weeks old, not even, maybe 2.5 weeks old, no, maybe 3 weeks old, my husband ended up with kidney stones.
oh no.
And so all night my husband was having the worst night. My son was a perfect little angel sleeping. And so I was up for my 3 a.m. feed, and my husband was sweating and sick and this and that. And I was like, listen, if you need me to take you to the hospital, I will take you right now. I was not cleared to drive yet because I had a C-section. But I was like, I will drive you to the hospital right now, but we are leaving right now, and I'm not going with you because I have a 3-week-old baby, but you can go. He didn't have his contacts in. He was blind. He had his cell phone and his wallet, and that was it, and a charger. And he tells a story that I drove up to the ER and pushed him out while the car was still going, and then I left. I was like, no.
Here's where we are.
That's my favorite. Right. That's my favorite 3 a.m. baby story. I was in the middle of feeding my child, breastfeeding and formula and the whole everything, and had to take my husband for his kidney stones,
Oh,
because that's mommy, right?
Yep.
And if that's not the epitome of motherhood, I don't know what is.
That's awful. I'm so sorry you had to go through
Right?
that. Yeah.
It 120% was awful. And I felt bad for him too, because at any other point in our lives, I could have been there for him, but I had a 3-week-old baby and had a C-section.
Yeah.
Oh, it was terrible. It was terrible.
Oh.
Yeah. So, 3 a.m. That's my favorite 3 a.m. story.
Oh.
Remember when we were young and dumb and had fun 3 a.m. stories? Yeah, no, not anymore. No, it's
I have no.
no,
It's 3 a.m. No, thank you.
no, we're good now. Yeah. All right. So back to your story. Did you, in the early days of Palm Beach Moms, did you face any challenges in creating and growing the platform in the initial stages?
Here's what I was able to translate. I had another online business with a similar model with a forward-facing Instagram, Facebook, and a website. So I had those skills to build on, and I just didn't know what I didn't know. So I built it to the best of my knowledge from what I would have liked as a mom. And I have a very good friend who's a graphic designer and a website designer, and he's a male, and he called me, and he did work for my other business, which is much more professional. I felt like in the mommy world, I was like, it doesn't have to be professional. It just has to be able to help that mom at 3 a.m. This is basic stuff. I wasn't even really envisioning it being a profitable entrepreneur, experience. It was more like a community service. And I still do feel that in a lot of ways. But, and he said, hey, Bri, we've been friends for a long time. I was like, yeah, And he was like, I need to do your website. It's terrible. I was like, oh, okay. So he ended up coming in and sort of helping me smooth the edges and get with a professional website, and which I still personally manage, but he, makes it look pretty and professional, and does SEO and all that stuff for me. So that was sort of there's been growing pains along the way. Potty training kids while taking on advertisers and having to meet deadlines is also a challenge in itself. But I think that nothing felt like insurmountable or like my back was against the wall. It's all been very, I've only accepted things that I can like work in with my life and our life as a family.
I love that. I love that. I think that that's the hardest part, right? Like potty training in between fixing something on a website or doing an ad or whatever the case may be. It's like fitting it all into the finite amount of hours that there are in a day, you know? Talk to me a little bit about Palm Beach and the unique things of Palm Beach, right? So what makes Palm Beach such a unique place to raise a family compared to other communities? And what do you truly love about the essence of Palm Beach?
Well, I get to love Palm Beach in a different way. I'm a fifth generation Floridian. So I grew up in a beach just a little bit north of Palm Beach called Vero Beach. So it was small town. You didn't have money in your pocket, but you could go to the ice cream store and charge it to your name, and I guess my parents would come and play out. So no, I hope they did. There were no chains. It was very small. I might owe someone money for ice cream. I'm sorry, Cratings. And I love that small town, ride your bike, know most everyone feel. And that's how Palm Beach, the essence of Palm Beach feels to me. Since COVID, Palm Beach has grown exponentially. It has grown. I mean, the county has grown so much, which is a beautiful thing for the economy and businesses and whatever. But that piece of it, that small town, knowing people, really feeling a part of a community, it still very much exists there. Then the other piece that makes it unique is that it's year-round summer. I mean, we might wear boots and a sweater, but we don't need them, like maybe 3 days a year. So that piece of parenting without, it's we don't get to really enjoy our pumpkin lattes or whatever, but you're also, your wardrobe can be smaller. You don't have to put coats on before the kids go outside. You don't have to, worry about heated seats for your, sports games for your kids, although I still use them. And things like that. So in some ways, what makes it special is it's like kind of like year-round beach, tropical, small town vibe. And it's got so much history too for being a small town. We've got the history of Flagler and the Norton Museums. We've got culture and history mixed into this small town, like big city culture and history mixed into this small town. I mean, I'm in love with it. I think it's a great place to live and raise kids.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, I love living in Florida. I mean, I'm a transplant, so I'm from the Northeast. And so coming down here and raising my family down here, it's such a seismic switch for me because I'm used to the four seasons. And now, I mean, I've been here quite some time now. I'm like, how many years? 12 years? 13 years? Yeah. And, I think that all of those things, just South Florida in general, right? Like we have a little tropical oasis down here and we still have, the we still have the booming businesses and things like that, but we still have that small town feel, which I love down here. It's so different. It's so different for me. It's so funny though, like I remember like growing up, like there being snow sometimes on the ground during trick-or-treating, and it is always hot down here during trick-or-treating. So I'm like,
We're like
okay, I kind of miss that. Like,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, you need to get
we
the
can't
hula
do that.
girl
So
or
that's
something for Halloween.
exactly. I'm like mermaid, and more mermaid for my Disney princess loving daughter. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, those my son one year wanted to be Sonic the Hedgehog and had like the costume, and it was just so hot. Like my little redheaded boy was just bright red, you know. So that part of it, I do miss. I'm like, now that we're getting into spooky season, Halloween season, it's like those are the memories that come back, like the one year when it was canceled because there was a snowstorm, like we had to reschedule Halloween up in New Jersey. Mhm. Yep, that happened. Oh,
Oh, wow.
things that don't happen down here. It's nice.
We should reschedule like a movie
Isn't that
theater so the
funny?
kids have more options when it's not quite so warm.
Right? Exactly. I'm like, well, and we always say in my neighborhood, we're always like, can we just make it on a weekend, whether or not the 31st falls on a weekend? Can we just say this is when we're trick or treating? Like, we're like, it's just so much better than like the middle of the week.
Send me the thing. I'll sign it. I support that 1,000,000%. No problem.
Perfect. You heard it here first. We are starting a petition to move Halloween to the weekend.
I'll be Halloween. Thank you, the end. Makes so much.
Thank you very much. Okay. Please sign. You can click below. Uh, I love it. I love it. So how long have you been doing Palm Beach Moms now?
For 13 years. Yeah. 13 quick short.
Pretty much the amount of time that I've been in South Florida. Quick short years. Yes. Yes. In mommy years, 13 years is also equivalent to is that like dog years? You multiply it by 7. Uh,
I feel like you're going so fast. My oldest is 14, and it's just it the older they get, it just goes quicker and quicker. It's wild.
for sure. For sure. So in those 13 years since you started Palm Beach Moms, have you seen the needs of moms change? I mean, I'm sure during COVID, everything kind of changed for you, but, have you seen the mom groups and the networking and all of that kind of change as well?
I have. I think there's been three big shifts that I've seen. COVID definitely changed things for sure. I feel like, in more ways than you can count, in the need and the for community and support, and the way that people reached out through online ways to be able to do that and to market their businesses, and just for human connection was really beautiful to watch. I personally enjoyed my COVID days, honestly. I liked finding new ways to connect with people. I liked the time with my family, but it definitely impacted the way that I saw our moms connect. And I guess there's really two. The other really big one I found that's interesting is AI, because moms can now ask AI, give me the name of 4 daycares in, Westlake or wherever they are. And that's a capability that you can try. So it's interesting to see that piece come out. But through both of those, moms still want connection. Moms still want the opinion of other moms. Moms still want to ask the other moms support that AI can't provide, which is, can anyone, you can't ask AI for, I lost my mom and I'm looking for a midwife who has that like motherly feel, and I really want to deliver it home to can anyone recommend an experience that would make that I could get that experience, from that I'm looking for, and personalized questions, personalized experiences like that. So yeah, I guess there's been 2 big changes, but overall the theme of moms wanting and needing to support each other. And it's not just the person who's asking. I feel like the moms from our closed Facebook group, the moms who also dive in there and give the answers, like they love that piece of their pie too. And those 2 basic concepts haven't changed. Those are still, a mom saying, I need help, and other moms going, I got you, girl. And I love helping to facilitate that piece.
I love that. I love that.
It's something I'm really proud of.
Yeah, no. Have you always been like a fixer, a helper? Like, has that been something that you've always done kind of in your life in general? I just feel like starting a community like that is such a fixing, helping natured person. So I'm just, wondering, have you always been that type of person?
I would say yes. I've always been a connector. Like, oh, you would love my friend Teddy. You guys would have so much in common. Let's have lunch, the 2 of us together, or can I help you with that? That's definitely part of my soul for sure.
I love that. I love that. Going off of you helping and connecting and doing things. In our talks, I know you spoke to me about teaching Mahjong to middle schoolers and how it really truly brought different kids together. And now I'm starting to see it in my world. It's so funny. You and I had the conversation about Mahjong, and then kid you not, like I've had like 8 other conversations with other people about Mahjong also. So what goes around comes around, right? Like I always thought it was just like the old ladies that used to play Mahjong, but now everybody's playing Mahjong. So what lessons has that experience kind of taught you about community building and the ways that we build community and methods? I mean, teaching it to middle schoolers is like a whole other way of communicating with middle schoolers, right? Like I find that like playing a game and doing something else to then pull things out of them is like mind blowing to me. I love that. I love that. I have the best talks with my kids playing Candyland. So, same, same.
Well, as an introvert personally, I love if you invite me just over to like, hey, you want to come sit on my couch and have a conversation with me? That feels like intimidating. I don't drink, so inviting me over for a drink feels weird. But if we have a purpose to get together and then my hands are busy and I have something to do while we're together, it's easier for an introvert, I feel like, to connect. Extroverts, you guys are fine no matter what. So I'm not worried about you. But when you give people a reason to come together, and I know Mahjong sounds complicated. It's really not. I wouldn't be playing if it was, let's be honest. So it's fun. It has a finite, beginning and end. And so I'm getting together with these kids that are introverts, that are extroverts, that they're the athletes, they are the artists, they are the studious type, they are the walk-in late to school type, they've got the bows or they've got like the black fingernails. They're all at the table with me, and I get to learn little gems about their life. And I don't know that I could have just had a group where like, let's sit in a circle. It ends up being, we had one boy last semester. Now it's all girls. Let's just talk. Whereas if we're doing something, we end up having conversations and themes, and I let them lead it, and I just ask questions and get to listen. And I love learning about the different parts of their life. And if I feel the conversation may be veering in a middle school way, like maybe as like started coming off the tracks. A trick I always use with them is saying, like, I try and bring something back in common. Like, when I was your age, science was my favorite class. Whose favorite class is science? And, the kid with the black fingernails, hands goes up, and then this one hands goes up. Oh, well, you guys both love science. Are you guys in the same science class? And I kind of bring it back to what we have in common, and we're all playing this common game together. And it's just a really fun way. And it doesn't have to be Mahjong. It can be whatever you want it to be, but just something that you do that takes the pressure off the conversation to bring everyone back together has been so much fun. I look forward to teaching every week. I kind of did it like at the beginning, but now I really look forward to being with those kids.
Sorry, we just lost picture for a second. That's perfect. Thank you. That was great. That was a great answer. No, I love that you get that opportunity, because I think that regardless of whether it's your kids or other kids, understanding that dynamic between all of them and bringing them all together, really building that sense of community through a game is fun. And it kind of goes back to like old school ways of thinking, right? Like my they have at my son's school, they have chess club, and my son's like, "Mommy, I don't know that I can learn chess. It just seems too hard." And I'm like, "Okay, like no pressure. You don't have to join chess club." And he's like, "But I feel like I should. Like I feel like that would be a fun club." And I'm like, "Okay, like it's hard." I mean, my son's 6, so he's a little guy, but I mean, I think that it's a different way of forming connections and doing something different. And I always think that I think that COVID for moms, and I'm like bringing it back around, but like COVID for moms kind of made everything go online, right? Like all of our connections, all of our networks, everything went online. And like now we're at a time where we like want to bring everybody back together. And so Mahjong is a great way to bring everybody back together. Like, no, you're, like you said, you're not just meeting to go have a drink, which is fine and dandy. Like we can meet and have a drink, but to play a game is something else. And it's a couple hours and you're chit-chatting and laughing and talking about things, but you're doing something and it's bringing people together. And I think that that's so wonderful, So teaching it to the next generation is just, it makes me smile, because it's like, it's something that they can do where it's fun, it's using your brain, and it's not just, it's not just going out and having a good time, right? Like it's something different. I love that.
Well, I learned how to play Mahjong by teaching them. And I was walking out the door with this set that I had ordered that was really cute. I had no idea what it was though. And my husband was like, "Wait, do you play Mahjong?" I was like, "Nope. We're going to learn together." He was like, "I think that's mighty ambitious to go learn something new with middle schoolers." It's like, "Well, we'll figure it out." And we did. And it was great. And they're really forgiving. And it's so much fun. I love being with them.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm not quite at the middle schooler age yet. It totally intimidates me. So I will be calling you when I get there because I'll need all the tips and tricks because I'm sure that they'll be Right now, my daughter's 4 and my son is 6. So my daughter, who's 4, she's now my little bestie. Like she likes to go shopping and get her nails done and do her hair and do my makeup or her makeup and all that stuff. So she's like a little mini me. Like she just wants to look cute and be cute and go shopping. Whereas my son is soccer all the time, all the time. So, I'm sure when we get to middle school, there'll be ebbs and flows in both those relationships and I'll need new ways to connect. So thanks so much. Keeping you on speed dial.
No problem.
All right. So question for you. So talk to me a little bit of what your mom life looks like for you with your kids' activities and your own commitment and how you fit it all in with Palm Beach Moms and kind of balance running Palm Beach Moms with everything that goes on in your life as well. Like, how do you balance it all?
Hey, mamas, get ready because I'm back with another amazing episode of Mommy is Bribing. This time I'm chatting with Briana Beaty, the powerhouse behind Palm Beach Moms. We dive into everything from 3 a.m. newborn stories to building real mom communities, and yes, even teaching Mahjong to middle schooler. And guess what? There's a part 2 coming, so don't miss it.